Are we finally about to get the disclosure that we've been looking for forever? As agencies must now deliver all of their UFO reports for public disclosure, including classified materials. That's what's been spoken about over the past 24 hours or so, after the Daily Mail reported on this, stating that proof aliens exist, federal agencies must now deliver all UFO reports for public disclosure, including classified materials. The National Archives and Records Administration, NARA, issued instructions this month putting into action the UFO Disclosure Amendment to the 2024 National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, as signed into law last December. The guidelines reveal the latest strategy to compel unwilling parts of the US military and the intelligence community into revealing everything they know about the mysterious airborne events, now called UAPs. Oh my bloody days. So they write it into law last year, end of last year, and then all of these people are like, I'm not doing that. And then suddenly, bang, here we are. October 20th rolls around, so they've got, 5 months to literally deliver all of the evidence that they've had on UAPs, whether it be classified or declassified. We're about to see some amazing stuff. So the move comes 2 months after the Pentagon's UFO office issued a controversial report to Congress, claiming it found, quote, no verifiable evidence that the US government or private industry has ever had access to extraterrestrial technology. Though we've had countless whistleblowers come out recently and files and declassified files come out to absolutely contradict that statement that was made. NARA activists have issued guidelines mandating that the UFO or UAP documents be delivered in electronic formats with detailed metadata for inclusion in a new searchable database to be made available to the public. So that basically means with the metadata, they cannot hide anything. And the metadata shows if something's been redacted, if there's parts that should have been included that have been since been removed. It literally shows a complete timeline from the birth of that document to the sending of the document, what should and shouldn't be in there. So there is no pulling the wool over over Congress's eyes with this one. The database will include classified materials that NARA will store independently, safekeeping the records until they can be declassified for the public, meaning that regardless of what the status of it is right now, if it's classified right now, it will remain classified right now. But the day that it is due to be declassified, it means that they can't then cherry pick what they choose to put out to the public based off of that. NARA's guidelines make it clear that all government agencies are required to label their records with each file's official security status, and any special controls, including special compartmented information. I thought there was a spider on my desk, but it wasn't. It was my end of my thingy moving. I just absolutely crapped myself. And any basic special controls, compartment information, and special access programs. Every federal agency, including branches of the US military and the intelligence community, like the CIA, are also required to explain to NARA and the public why certain UFO documents qualify as exempt from disclosure under the new law. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing because they can't pull the wool over our eyes anymore. They can't say it's declassified, it's a balloon, it's X, Y, and Z. They have to literally, if it's going to be exempt, they have to give extreme detail as to why it cannot be released to the public. It is amazing. This is the best thing to happen in a while. So if released in part or the withheld in full, the NARA guidance advisory posting stated, cite the specific grounds for postponement in section 1843 of the NDAA. The archives added that these agencies must adhere to either these provisions in the new UFO Disclosure Amendment of the 2024 NDAA or to the provisions outlined in the Executive Order 13526. The order, put into effect by President Barack Obama in 2009, states that all classified material over 25 years will be automatic declassification. I think there is parts in there where they can reclassify it, but it's a lot less time than 25 years. So there's going to be some juicy shit come out about this. Members of both Congress expressed frustration over the watered-down nature of the UFO Disclosure Amendment signed into law in 2024 NDAA. We got ripped off. We were completely hosed. They stripped out every part, said Representative Tim Burchett, on one of the lawmakers behind the act. And there's no denying that he said "dag nabbit" while he was delivering that. And unpersuaded by the Pentagon's latest UFO report in the last March, members of the House Oversight Committee and in Congress have recently said that they are preparing 2 new public hearings on UFOs to keep the pressure on. Get in there! We don't have the facts yet, as Republican Congressman Representative Glenn Grothman explained to the reporter with Ask a Poll last month. So that is Tim Burchett's Ask a Poll. One of these hearings, according to the Representative Anna Paulina Luna, will focus on undersea cases of unknown craft known as unidentified submerged object, USOs. We're working on doing some with USOs, Representative Luna said this May. We're talking to some people. This is by far the biggest news that we've had in the UFO space in a very, very long time, because you got to think, this literally means that by law, these agencies and federal companies and, independent companies have to submit everything. But this is amazing news. Don't get me wrong. This is wonderful. But will it happen? That's the question. So people over on the thread where I found this, top comment: these dark groups are involved and are simply going to do what they've been told when Congress asks. What they'll instead do is ignore, deny, redact, destroy, classify, and pretend they don't exist. This is the issue. As a non-American watching from afar, your DoD managed to steal and conceal billions of taxpayer dollars for decades, failing to pass any sort of mandated audits. I'm very glad that they are proposed laws to shed some light on whether UAPs exist or not, but they have been disregarding not just laws, but your constitutional balance system itself. What would stop them from simply ignoring yet another nuisance? And this is absolutely true. Yes, this is absolutely wonderful and brilliant news that we are finally going to get some form of disclosure from these people that clearly have the answers, but are not willing to share it. Let's think back to the Eglin UFO base case, for example. It was classified. And then Arrow did their report on it and said that, it was just a weather balloon. But within the report, they failed to include photographs and video evidence of the craft, and that remains classified to this day. But people are like, well, if it's a weather balloon, then what's the issue with it being declassified? Exactly. But now, with the system in place, by law, these companies and federal agencies have to submit all of their evidence, whether it be declassified, classified, up for debate, whatever. It has to be released. But that doesn't mean that it will. And this is where the issue lies, because obviously we've seen thus far that the Pentagon, CIA, whoever in America who has these answers, they've clearly got this stuff, but they've been reluctant thus far to present that information. Even when Congress come knocking on the door, they scramble themselves together and try and literally hide it, bury it as far down as they can, so that these people don't find it. It's crazy. But the question is, why? Why do they try so hard to hide all of this information? Is it so they've got an upper hand? Is it in case it's tried to be weaponized against the US by another country? Is it because they can? Is it because of religion, maybe? I don't know. I've thought about this, and I've had in-depth conversations with people. We can't understand why these bigwigs who have this information just keep it behind closed doors all the time, even though everybody blatantly knows that they're lying. They just deny, die with the lie. And it's like, why? Do you guys have any thoughts? What do you think of this legislation coming to pass? And what do you think of these companies? To me, it just sounds like they've got 5 months to burn as much evidence as they can. But obviously the metadata will be screaming, because, it will literally have traces of everything that's being redacted and deleted. And Narrow will be like, well, where's all this information? Look, the metadata right here says that you deleted this on the 30th of September because or the 19th of October because you were like, shit, I've got to submit that tomorrow. Bin it off. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what does come from this, and I am really looking forward to the 20th of October now because I want to know what's going on. While you're talking about it down below, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new. Tick my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. Until next time, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you in the next one, and I'll speak to you later. Peace.